you bring in what is probably the largest recruiting class in the history of the football program here. What does that class do for the team's depth, and what impact will it have on this season?
We expect some of these guys to come in and play. It's just the nature of the beast in NAI football, and we expect some of these guys to come in and contribute and help us. We really like this class from a covering needs standpoint, and we really feel like we were able to target specific areas on our football team that needed to get better or more depth. So we're excited about this class. They still have a lot to prove. We've got a group of guys here that are very, a great culture being established with our returning guys, and we're really excited about their work ethic. We're looking forward to seeing how these young guys will come in and ingrain themselves within our culture and work with their work ethic and what they're able to do in our fall camp.
There's always a lot of turnover with guys graduating in college athletics, and it gives some returning players a chance to step into bigger roles. Who are some guys that maybe we might see that take on a little larger roles?
Well, the guy from spring that I thought, there were two guys one guy on offense, one guy on defense that I mentioned after spring ball was over that I really was excited about what their potential was and how their season was going to go. And I guess I should say the two guys on defense were Landon Olkey, at cornerback, who's going to be a junior from Texas, Dalhart, Texas, and then Colton Schneider, who is he's been a 3-year backup, an inside linebacker. Always felt like was a very good player, and we've had a lot of good players at linebacker throughout the years, and Colton really had an outstanding offseason, outstanding spring. Those are two guys on defense that I really am excited to see. I think they're gonna have outstanding falls. On offense, we graduated. I thought our best offensive lineman last year was Adam Falstich, and he's been just an outstanding football player for a couple years, and a guy who's a great leader, and I love the way he played. Glenn Manninger, who's going to be a junior from Omaha Creighton Prep. Glenn Manninger had an outstanding spring ball, really stepped up, and we're excited to see what he can do this fall as well.
How about some of the skill players? I'm sure Coach White is looking for some guys to step up at running back and receiver. How are those positions coming along?
Well, we went through kind of the normal. We had the running back position. We got we had some, unfortunate things happen with the running back position since spring, so we're going to have some young guys. We got some young guys who are really fired up and excited about. Mitch Reed is a returning guy who did some very good things at running back, and the running back position where it's going to be a ton of competition early to find out who the guy is, but I'm really confident that we've got some guys that are really talented to step in. It's all about how quickly they can immerse themselves in the system and understand what they're doing, and just go out and play, not be robots. Go out and play, because that's a position that takes you have to be you have to let your natural talent kind of take over and not be a robot, and we want those young guys to go out there and just perform. At wide receiver, I really am excited about Derek Klaus and Jeff Balls. Those are two returning guys, but those guys have had just awesome off seasons, and Derek's improved. Derek Klaus has improved athletic ability wise just a ton, and he just brings so much to the table from just a tenacity and work ethic and blocking type thing, and that's always been kind of his thing. But I really feel like as a receiver, he's gonna make more impact this fall. And Jeff Balls moved last year. Really, it was his first year starting as a college football player. He moved from defensive back to wide receiver. You can just see him getting more and more comfortable. He's got all the athletic ability, can really run. But I seen him this spring. He showed a lot of things this spring as a receiver. So we're excited about him continuing to improve. There's other guys, but we're just going to see. We're just going to see how it shakes out in fall.
last season you really had a chance in every game except for one. What will it take to turn some of those close losses into victories?
I think the theme is finish. Finishing everything and finishing out. I think we did have our opportunities. That's what's kind of disappointing about last season is we were closer in a lot of ways. It was a few plays here or there in every football game, and a lot of it came down to, a lot of our close losses came down to turnovers, turnover margin, missed opportunities, whether it be drop passes, whether it be dropped interceptions, whether it be whatever, where you have an opportunity to make that play and finish the deal, and we didn't do it. We need to, that's the theme this year is finish and to finish the deal, finish the job. And every game in our league is going to be competitive. Every game is going to come down to the last 5 minutes and making plays, and it's going to come down to 2 or 3 plays in a football game, and we have to make those plays. That's the big thing. And the teams that succeed and the teams that change their program around, those are the teams that are making those plays on a game-by-game basis. I think last year the story for us was, defensively we started out awful. I think the big challenge for those guys on defense is we can't start the way we started last year on defense. We have to be ready to go right from the start. And those guys, to their credit, improved throughout the year, but I want consistency. I want week after week. There's a level of performance that they're capable of that we want to see out of that group week after week.
You just mentioned the competitiveness of the conference. Do you expect the GPAC sort of to be like last year, where it really didn't seem like there's much difference between teams 3 through 8 in the league? Is it going to be that competitive again?
Oh yeah. I think just the competitiveness in recruiting, the competitiveness, it's going to be the same. I think Morningside really separated themselves in a lot of ways last year, and they are obviously on a pretty high pedestal right now in terms of our conference, and they do a phenomenal job. Great football team, great football program. I think everybody kind of has an idea that 3 through 8, it was pretty competitive last year. It's always going to be competitive. You have to show up and be ready to play every week, you want to play tough non-conference games. You want to prepare yourself as much as you can for the conference schedule, how tough it's going to be, and there's just great coaching, great players throughout the league, tough environments to play on the road. That's going to be a challenge for us when I look at our schedule is the amount of tough road games, and if we're going to be up for that challenge, that's a big thing for us this year.